G'day folks, welcome back to Skies Above Britain. I'm on to the final patrol of Chapter 1. It is early August 1940. My last patrol, patrol number 5, did not go very well. My lowest score to date. I lost a few pilots. I'm looking for my pilot patrol roster. It's around here somewhere. I've left it over here. I had a pilot killed in action. We lost Clive. He was a regular pilot who had one escort kill. We also had Forsyth bail out over the channel, and he was captured as a prisoner of war. He had one escort kill as well. We also had Grover end up in hospital. He was doing pretty well. He had 2 escort kills, 1 bomber kill. And we have to roll for him to see what happens to him at the start of this next patrol. It's a 10, so he returns. Okay, but we'll give him a break from this final patrol as he give him time to recover. So we have some replacement pilots. We have, of course, Patrick's is a green pilot. He flew last mission and secured a bomber kill. We have Fitzhugh replacing Forsyth. Devon replacing Davis. He's flown 2. He had a break last patrol. We have Colt, a green pilot, who we're also giving a break. We're leaving him out of this final patrol. So the final patrol for this chapter, and let me point out that I've been looking forward to the next chapters, and something I've noticed, and sort of each chapter is somewhat distinct in its characteristics in terms of the vector markers and their placement, in terms of the weather and the likelihood of getting clear weather, in terms of the escort stations, what they are and how heavy they are, and in terms of bomber types. So in July to August 1940, the disposition of bombers is pretty critical. You can see here there is a 50% chance of getting Stukas. And so I've been confronting a lot of Stuka formations of size, mainly 6 in fact. As you head into the hardest days, mid-August 1940, you are less likely to get Stukas. They are very easy to shoot down. So I'll point out, you rely in Chapter 1 on victory points derived from shooting down those bombers, shooting down those Stukas. 1 engine hit, and they are destroyed, or any 3 other component hits and they are destroyed, in contrast to the other bombers, which are much heavier and harder to shoot down. So it's easier to shoot down the Stukas, and you get your victory points from there. It is harder to disrupt the bombers before they raid, because they are very likely to launch their raid along the coast before you can get to them and do anything. So that characterizes Chapter 1. You have relatively light escort, a lot of light escorts, and a greater likelihood of having some haze, about 25% chance of haze with no sun. As you get to mid-August, you'll notice the disposition of Stukas gets lighter, only a 25% chance of Stukas. As you head into Chapter 3, they've been removed from the raids altogether. You're dealing with the heavier bombers, medium bombers. So you've got a 25% chance of encountering each type of bomber in Chapter 2. They are in larger formations as well. So if you look at here, size 5, 3, 4, they go up to size 9, 9, 9. Much more bombers, but I'd argue the formations are still relatively easy to break up. What else changes? Okay, the escorts get heavier. You can see here more escorts, heavier escorts, and as you head into the finest hour, they are even heavier, and again, different distribution of bombers as well. Another thing that changes is the distribution of vector markers. So the inbound vector markers are more in the middle. Okay, so 1, 2, 2, 3, 2, 2, as opposed to 2, 4. And this is where we're seeing the raids in this first chapter. By the time we get to Chapter 3, the finest hour, they are much deeper. So 1, 0, 1, so there's no chance of the raid being along the coast. 2, 3, good likelihood of being in the middle. 4-2, a possibility that it'll even be deep as well. And as you head to the last chapter, it is very deep. You have 0, 1, 1, 2, 4, 4. What this basically means is you're more likely to get a raid that is deep, gives you more opportunity to intercept, to get into a position to, with the sun behind you, high altitude, things like that. Still some heavy escorts. The formations are getting a bit lighter by this stage, but again, Stukas are gone by here as well. And what this means is that with chapter 2, 3, and 4, you are increasingly likely to get victory points by disrupting these formations before they raid. Very difficult to do so here. With 6 inbound vector markers, 6 tiles to flip over, good likelihood of resolving the raid before you can get to them, less likely as you proceed. Now, to secure victory, here I am at the end of this first patrol, and there are, let me go back a page, here we go. You get victory points for bombers destroyed, victory points for bomber tiles isolated. Every 4 fighters destroyed is worth 1 victory point. And in a patrol, a patrol of this size, chapter 1, 6 patrols, you need 31 victory points for success. 30 or less is a failure. I can tell you I'm currently sitting on 25. So I need 6 VP in this final patrol for this chapter to be a success. 5 or less and it's a failure. Now to go through my victory point thus far, 6 for my first mission, which was brilliant, 5 for the second, then 5, 5, 4. So my average is 5. I need to get above average, a 6 on this final patrol to have some success. Okay, so I'm going to set up this final patrol, return to the situation manual, and I've already done a lot of the work. Inbound vector markers, I need to roll to see where I am. It's a 6, which places me in the middle, which I'm pretty happy with. It's hard to get on the coast. You need 8 or more and you lose fuel for doing so. Reset my fuel markers, dealing with Spitfires here. We don't know what type of bombers we'll confront just yet. Likely to get Stukas, but we'll wait and see. Visibility. So let's check out where the sun is. This is the weather, so it's a 7, which I can tell you is clear sun. So clear sun, and its location is 7, which is starboard. High sun. Okay, we have set up the sun. We don't place escorts or bombers yet, but we'll keep that page handy for when we encounter those escorts. All right, we have our pilots all set up, and who do we have with us on this journey? Where have my pilots gone again? Here we are. Got to keep this handy. We've got a green pilots here and here, and they've got veterans to kind of escort them in their section. So this is Amundsen and Bernard. Interestingly, Amundsen has shot down 2 bombers and 1 escort. Bernard, the veteran pilot, has only shot down 1 escort. Oh, actually, he's going to be fatigued if I send him out on this patrol, so I might replace him. I'm going to take him out and replace him with, I've got Rogerson, trying to find a replacement pilot. Colt. Colt's the new pilot. He's also going to be green. I'm going to put these green markers. One of the things I'm finding hard to track is which pilots are veterans and which are green, because I'm usually flying around with the aircraft and I need to pay attention to the pilots along here. Okay, so we're ready to go. We have our vector markers all set up. We can jump straight into the sequence of play by revealing the next raid vector. We do these one at a time. Okay, we have a possible weather change, and we're being jumped by some 109s. So to check the possible weather, it changes basically to haze. So we just shift this marker up to here, makes it more difficult to chase. a slightly less likelihood of being intercepted. That's not good. I don't like the haze. It makes it harder to chase, I think, as well. And we're jumped by some 109s. So we draw a Luftwaffe advantage marker. We see which section is targeted by these 109s. It's this section here, so red section. And Luftwaffe advantage marker, they're tailing us. All right, so we are being tailed by a rotor of 109s. Let's perform a maneuver. What kind of maneuver? I want to sweep in behind them. I like that maneuver. So we're going to perform a slip, sorry, not a sweep, a slip. We draw a card. It is our group. All right, we should have performed a turn. One of them gets loose. We find ourselves head on with a rotor, and any green pilots here would suffer a hit, but this is a fairly experienced patrol here. These are some good pilots here. We've got Gillette J. They have 1 bomber kill. We've got Killen with 3 bomber kills, one of our best pilots. And we have Liam, who he's only on his second patrol. For some reason, he's just been missing out, going AWOL from base, and has, yeah, missed everything thus far. Okay, so the slip fails. Now head on and being tailed. So let's draw. We draw head on first. Head on with a rotor. Oh, sorry. Head on. Yep. Head on with a rotor. Yep. Let's see what happens. Head on result. So we have our section head on. The rotor disappears, but not before I find myself on low ammo, and the pilot on low ammo is red 2. And there's a possible collision. So who possibly collides? Well, it's red 2. And is there a collision? It's 7. Gee, that looked like a 1 for a moment. I thought that was a collision. So no collision. The head-on disappears. Now we've just got to deal with the tail. I will again try the slip maneuver. This time, it is my section versus 109s. It is successful. So I can slip it in a pilot. Let's get Gillette in behind the 109, who loses, lets go of my main section. So Gillette slips out of formation, comes back in behind the 109. The 109 then breaks away from the rest of my section. I am now tailing this 109, so let's have a go at it now. Tailing my single fighter now versus the 109. It's a hit marker. Gillette scores a hit. Brilliant. So Gillette with his first escort kill. 1 bomber kill, 1 escort kill. He also finds himself low on ammo. And I believe he's lost contact as a result of that. And an S result, which is a split. So we ignore that. Yep. All right, not a bad first outcome. Second one, let's try and avoid a patrol. No, we don't avoid a patrol. We get some flak, so I'll draw a flak marker and place it on the bomber formation. Just as a reminder, that should be 1 hit. We now launch the raid. We put it there. Yes. Okay, that's the end of the reveal. We all burn a fuel. I could make contact now with the bomb. Oh, I could make contact because I'm adjacent. I could make contact. I could really try to disrupt this formation before they get anywhere close to their target. It would mean rolling on the adjacent box. Okay, so I'd be in an adjacent zone. I'd be in a disadvantageous position, but it may be worth getting to them before they can get to their targets. I'd be able to try to make contact. Let's I've already got 1 raid. I know that one of these is going to have a raid marker, and I'd like to try at least make an attempt. Well, it's already, yeah. Let's try it. Let's give it a go. It's not about I can make contact. It's all about interception. So contact is automatic. It's whether or not I can successfully intercept the bombers, and that's what I'm going to try and do here. So I roll for being in an adjacent zone. I've got to spend a fuel. I roll an 8, which puts me in the tail low position. Now I can spend a fuel to go in the flank low position, but I'm going to, last patrol, I'm going to sit on the tail here. Okay, something to point out. Okay, this is the difference between, this is the intercepting chart. Hi, fast Heinz again. Sounds great. Yeah, apologies for that. I don't know what actually happened with the sound. I just had to reset everything, get it going again. So this is the difference between being on the tail and being flank. On the tail, I have more likelihood of being hit. Depending where the escorts are, there's not much difference. I think I have a better chance of intercepting from the tail. The numbers here are lower, which means it's easier for me to succeed. So yeah, I'm going to come in from the tail. It means the possibility of suffering more hits, but I need 6 victory points from this patrol for this chapter to be a success. So yeah, going to come in from the tail. Contact, where am I? I'm getting a bit lost here. Contact on the tail. Not going to spend the fuel to come in on flank low. Going to stay on the tail low. Not a good position for escorts. And in fact, when it's time, do it in other visibility when I make contact. So I've made contact now. It's time to place these escort stations. And how wonderful would it be to get a no escort? A 12. I've rolled it twice out of 5 patrols so far. A 4, not good. We've got some high 109s, escort stations. I'm looking for high 109s. That's not good. And we have some starboard 110s. A heavy, sorry, not that. Starboard 110 escort. I need to find my escort markers. Heavy 110s. Starboard. Here we go. So we have some 109s. This is not good. I just don't like having to deal with 2 separate escorts. It means splitting up my sections. Fewer fighters get through to the bombers. At least the 110s are heavy, not the 109s. Okay. So the escorts have been set up. I need to double check when I deploy the bombers. Is it upon contact? Let me just double check this. Contact ends of raid. Yep. Place the bomber tiles in the bomber formation, roll a die, and consult the situation manual. So let's figure out what bombers we have. All right, let's go back to this chapter 1. Here are the potential bombers we are dealing with. Let's roll to see. Let's hope for some Stukas. Low roll. It's a 5. It is Stukas. How many Steelers are Stukas and what formation? It's an 8. So we're dealing with 6 Stukas in this familiar formation. Like so. So if I can disrupt this central formation here, I disrupt 2 at the back as well. They haven't dropped their bombs yet. So this is the first opportunity I've had, well, the first time I've leapt at the opportunity to disrupt these before they strike. Now we note the flak damage. Let's see, it'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It hits on this one and aircraft in the middle. So we have some wing damage for that Stuka from the flak from that marker. Okay, so contact has been made. We move to the order section and we have 1 lost contact. We are going to send at least 2 of these towards the bombers. In fact, we're going to send Wise Guy and his formation, and I want some success. So let's get the veteran leader here. Green formation and yellow formation. Going for the bombers, and then we'll send the other 2 sections to try to suppress the escorts. try to suppress the escorts. Okay, so with interception, we come down to here up to 28. We're going to try to intercept the escorts first, then we do bombers. So we simply consult the intercept escort chart. I'm coming in from the tail. I have 2 escorts to intercept. Let's try. We'll get the full blue squadron to intercept the 110s, and we'll get red to intercept the 109s. So basically what we're doing is, this blue section is flying across to intercept the 110s who are starboard station. And just so this is kind of for my personal, just so I can keep track of what's going on here. And then we're sending red across to try to intercept the 109s who are in a high station. Less likely to do any damage, but let's see what they can do. All right, we'll start with blue section over here. Again, I'm on the tail. On the tail, that's my formation position. I'm dealing with a low altitude because I don't have a blue marker underneath me. I'm intercepting 110s who are in the starboard position. So this is going to cost me a fuel for blue. I need to roll an 8 or more to gain the advantage. That's a failure. What that basically means is the Luftwaffe have the advantage, but I need to see if they join a circle formation. So I roll another die. It's a 2. If it's equal to or higher to that number, so I'm a section low, a 12 or more, they form a defensive circle. They don't do that. I've never actually encountered a defensive circle aside from one of the scenarios. So I encounter some 110s and I'm being tailed by them. If the German fighters are 110, a veteran, I don't have a veteran here. I sent the wrong formation. So I'm being tailed by some 110s, a full swarm of 110s. All right, let's resolve this dogfight. Being tailed. Let's try to, I like the slip maneuver. Let's go with slip again. And 110s being tailed. See, if this is 109s, it would have succeeded, but it's not. Instead, I, Spitfires, section, being tailed by 110s, I suffer a hit. I burn a fuel, and a green pilot takes a hit. So there's 2 hits here. One has to be for a green pilot, so green pilot even is this guy. Oops, wrong, drawing from the wrong thing. It's an engine damage, and the other one could hit anyone. 1, 2, 3, the same pilot. He's been hit twice, engine and the wings. Okay. 2 hits on the 1 pilot. Poor, and this is Amundsen, who has 3 kills so far. And maneuver failed. Okay, so dogfight cycle. Hit check. We'll roll for both. Basically, we need 2 9s. We fail and we pass. So we failed that, pass the engine hit. So it's a wing hit, and he's out of the fight. And I'm still being tailed. Okay, tailed again. I'm going to stick with my attempt. Actually, these are 110s. Yeah, I'll stick with my attempt to... Hold on a sec. Hold on a sec. Double checking my maneuvers. So the rules say that if a fighter has a hit marker, you may not select a maneuver. But I don't know in what circumstance. I guess if you're being head on, you might suffer a hit and then being tailed. So it's a rare circumstance where that rule would ever come into effect. So I'm going to try and slip again. Here we go. Slip is successful. My section of Spitfires against 110s slips, and what happens is, let's say blue 2, actually I'm going to say blue leader, he's a more experienced pilot, slips out of formation. This is now a lost lost contact section, he finds himself behind the swarm. I'm now tailing this swarm, blue leader, and let me tell you, this is Haraldson. He has shot down 1 escort and 1 bomber. Let's see how he goes this time. Tailing this swarm. Okay, single Spitfire now, tailing them. I suffer a hit. That's not fair. And it's a cockpit hit. Okay, let's resolve this damage. It's safe. All right, still tailing them. That was interesting. Tailing them still. They disappear. And I'm low on ammo. I was hoping for a better outcome. Okay, so these guys are all lost contact. We lost 1 aircraft. And I didn't shoot anything down. So now we need to make an escort suppression check. Escort suppression table, here we are. We're looking at a heavy station, because they're heavy 110s, and I diverted a single section. Geez, I'm going to need 11 or more to reduce this. And that's a 3, which doesn't even suppress them, so that was not a good result. We've still got escorts engaged. Okay, now we have red section coming to deal with the 109s. And back to the start, I need to make an intercept escort roll. So again, I'm on the tail dealing with, in a low formation, in a low altitude, dealing with 109s, and the 109s are in the high station. So geez, I've got to burn a fuel for red, and I've got to roll an 11 or more. That's a 6, so that will not succeed, which means that the Luftwaffe gain the advantage, and they're coming at me head on for this section here. So head on 109s against my section of Spitfires. Okay, a lot of thing here. Okay, so I cause a hit, which is good. Sorry, I should place that rotor of 109s. I cause a hit, and the pilot who did the damage was 11, which is odd, which is red 2. And that is Liam. Liam has scored a hit in only his 2nd outing on patrol. The rotor then disappears. Somebody finds himself low on ammo. It is 12 even, so red leader. Killen finds himself low on ammo, and we have a hit marker to place. And the hit is placed on a random pilot, 2, which is Killen again. That's the end of that dogfight, but we have to resolve the damage. And it's a 1, so Killen goes down with some engine damage. Over to the fate box to figure out what happens later on. And poor red 2 finds himself as the last I'm trying to remember, was it 2 rounds of combat or just 1? It was just 1 round of combat. But I'm trying to remember now. Can you have 1 pilot in a section? I think, hey, Todd. Yep, it's a quiet weekend. We're all stuck at home, so I'm getting some gaming in, some live play. Okay, section. I've got to remember section, page 5. Section, remove the section's formation marker. Yep, so they're no longer a section. It's just a lone pilot. Although he could probably catch up, I think. The section no longer exists, but yeah, he could probably catch up. Escort suppression roll. So we did shoot down a 109. So it's a +1 modifier. It is a light 109, so 6 or more to suppress, a 9 or more to dissipate. A 5 does actually, +1 is 6. So we have suppressed that escort, which really doesn't do anything to help us. Maybe it will, depending on the escort reaction. Okay. The escorts have been intercepted. Now we go to bomber interception. And this is where, let's check what we need. So again, we are on the tail. This is intercept bombers on the tail, coming from a low position. I've got to spend a fuel to intercept, to catch up. And we have an escort station. Now we ignore the 109s, so we're just looking at the 110s who are in starboard. So 7 or more would succeed. 7 or more. Now I can either throw everything at it, or split them up into 2 separate groups. So I'm going to split them up into 2 separate groups. I'm going to have green make a roll and yellow make a roll. to avoid putting all my eggs in one basket. This is just the way I like to do it. Green will roll first, and is 7 or more. Success, failure. Okay, so they have failed, but they can re-roll. This is yellow, this is wise guy leading. He's going to spend a fuel to try to re-roll. A 7. They both make it. They both intercept the bombers, which means that they come into this bomber formation from the tail. We now move these sections into the bomber box. Interception is successful. We can now start to move against these bombers, and again, I need 6 victory points. 6 victory points. I gain 3 if I can disrupt this central formation. So I'm going to throw everything at this central formation. How are we going to do this? Yeah, we'll send 2 per Stuka. Again, if I disrupt this central formation, it disrupts 3 formations, which is 3 victory points before those bombs can be dropped. And then I need to shoot down 3 more bombers. This is where I'm thinking about, again, because it's the final patrol, I'm thinking about maximum damage for these victory points. Yeah, okay. So, this is my intercept phase. I'm still in the intercept, still at bombers here. Before we get to cruise, before we get to entropy, I get this initial attack. So I'm coming in the tail. The problem with this is, first round of combat, any damage, I draw 2 damage markers and apply the worst one. So it's a risk. I'm taking a risk. I'm flying in hard and fast, trying to disrupt these guys quickly. We are dealing with some light bombers, so I'll get the light bomber deck. Give it a quick shuffle. And let's go from bottom to top. All right, here we go. Bomber number, aircraft, what are we looking at here? Yellow 3, Ulrich. No, it's not. It's R. Who is R? This is Rogerson. Rogerson has previously shot down a bomber, so he has some experience. Let's see how he goes. Coming in from the tail, beautiful result. With a formation, 2 damage markers. This is getting exciting. If you can see what I see, it says 8 in a circle, 2 damage markers. Wing and a fuselage with a potential catastrophic failure on 11 or more. It's a 12. It blows out of the sky. Destroyed Stuka. We have an 8, which means that entire formation, this is perfect. Going to plan. That formation, we've got 8 aircraft, 2 damage markers, plus 1 over here as well. You count everything attached. They all fall out of formation. That's 3 victory points right there. I've got half of what I need, plus a 4th. Who was that? That was yellow 3. Rogerson shoots down an important Stuka. Breaks the whole formation. Brilliant. But suffers some return fire, of course. So we suffer a hit. I flip it over. Again, because it's the first round, I draw another one and I apply the worst. That's not too bad. An engine 6, he could survive, as opposed to the engine 5, which is lower, first round of combat. All right, now, green 3 was on the same target. He must still make a roll, but he ignores damage results. So he's low on ammo. Suffers a return fire result, which, oops, sorry, drawing from the wrong... return fire result is a hit. He has to draw 2 and apply the worst. Oh, that's a rudder damage. That doesn't look good. He may not survive that. Hey Scott, welcome. Tucson, Arizona. Cool. What else? 7, and then we've already disrupted this formation, so nothing else happens there. So he ignores any damage he does because the plane's already destroyed, but he does suffer that result. All right, we head to the center Stuka now. We've got Wise Guy, yellow leader here, a veteran, leading this attack. Big critical hit would be wonderful. We're now dealing with, oh, sorry, my apologies. Let's go back one, because this is now a Stuka in isolation. So we don't get return fire. It's low ammo. Yeah, it's a Stuka in isolation. Isolated tile. So the previous result disrupted the tile, disrupted the formation. They fall out. So it's an isolated tile. 2 hits and a low ammo result. Okay, so Wise Guy now attacking this Stuka on a tile. It falls out of formation because there are 5 or more aircraft and or hits on the tile. So it becomes a fallen Stuka. Here we go. These guys are attacking this. Wise Guy does 1 damage to the Stuka, which is, I'm drawing from the wrong cup again, which is a fuselage hit. There it is. And a return fire return fire marker. Yep. Which is, that's another one in the wrong cup. Which is a hit, a wing hit, and a fuselage hit. The 8 is higher. So Wise Guy is hit in the fuselage. Okay. And then we've got green, sorry. I'm getting my numbers mixed up. What's going on here? That should be there. I think I placed the markers in the wrong spot. Fuselage hit, yeah. Okay. Did I do that right? Getting a bit mixed up with my damage markers. All right, yellow 2 comes in to hit. 2 more damage to finish off this Stuka. It's now an isolated aircraft. On the tail is 1 damage marker, which is a wing, and a low fuel marker. That's okay. Now we head up to the top here. We have green leader with the last Stuka on a tile, which is 2 damage results. 1, 2. Potential for a catastrophic wing. No. And a low fuel marker. Low ammo marker, sorry. And green 2 coming in to hopefully finish the job. Jammed guns. Alright, no worries. Okay, so we currently got 3 disrupted tiles. 1 shot down is 4 victory points. I need 2 more, and only 2 more hits to get the victory points that I need to win, to have success in this entire chapter. Okay, that's the intercept phase. We now head to entropy. No, sorry, cruise. We do cruise before we do any of that. And I do have some guys who want to cruise. So we head to page 33. No, sorry, that's the cruise order. I'm not cruising at all. I'm thinking about chase, getting confused. All right, so now we get to entropy, back to the bomber formation area. We have to resolve our critical hits. So let's see. We've got Wise Guy here. 8 or more, it's a 2. So he's going to, this is a fuselage damage. He's in trouble again. We have yellow 3, Rogerson. 6 or more, he's a 4. So he's also hit with some engine damage. I've got 4 aircraft here, low on ammo. We just need 1 more hit. So I'm going to throw 2 at this, 1 at that, and 1 at them. I'm going to throw maybe 1 over here, see what we can do. Yeah, okay. Am I confident that I can? Yeah, let's throw 2 over here, throwing another aircraft. Or I can try and disrupt this last formation. No, look, I just need to shoot down 2 more bombers. And I have success, so let's do that. Okay. Let's do it. This is the actual entropy phase now. And I'm in the bomber formation area. Okay, I now ignore that tail penalty. All right, just need 1 more hit here. No, it's not a hit. It's low ammo, and this is yellow 2. He's not a green pilot, so he ignores the hit. It's just he's out of ammo. He's not a veteran, so we can't ignore it. That's annoying. I just needed 1 more hit. All right, let's shift over to here. We have got green 3 needing 1 more hit. Yes, he gets it. And it is, sorry, a wing hit. That's enough to destroy it. We have another destroyed bomber. And they go back in the cup. And this was green 3, who is a green pilot. This is Devon, our new pilot, scoring a bomber hit. Doing pretty well. All right, he disengages. Now we have 2 aircraft over here. One's got guns jammed. That's green 2. Let's see how he goes. Come on. 2 hits. Excellent. Excellent. Oh, no, it's not excellent because we're dealing with a tile. 2 means it will become loose, so it falls out of formation. Fallen Stuka. Need to find a Stuka marker. Here it is. Falls out of formation because there are 2 aircraft on the tile. Low ammo marker. Okay. And he's not green. This is green 2. This is Inglis. He's our bomber destroyer. He's very good. He's already shot down 2 Stukas. A lot of early success. So 1 hit now. So this other aircraft, which is green leader. He's a veteran. This is Edwards. He's shot down an escort and a Stuka previously. Here he comes in to try to finish off. He needs 2 hits on this isolated Stuka. 2 hit marker there. Perfect. He's low on ammo. He runs out of ammo, but not before scoring 2 hits, which should be enough to down it. A wing and a wing. The Stuka's wing comes flying off. That's at another destroyed Stuka. That's the 6 victory points I need to win this patrol, to win this chapter of the campaign. So 1, 2, 3 for disrupting the top bombers. 1, 2, 3 bomber kills is 6 victory points. I have it. It's in the bag. It's secure. Nothing can take that away from me. I don't think. I don't think you can lose victory points for this. Okay. So bombers cycle over. We've hit our targets. We've destroyed 3 bombers, 3 Stukas on that first round. Interception and entropy. Now, the escorts are angry. And they are going to react. We draw an escort reaction card. We check. There is an ambush. I told you they'd be angry. Okay, let's run through this. Visibility is not clouds, so don't worry about that. Does help arrive? Do we have markers in starboard and high? Yes. So these escorts, although this one is suppressed, so he doesn't react, but this one, the heavy 110s do react. We draw a Luftwaffe advantage card and apply it to 1 fighter in the bomber box. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Let's see what happens. They target 12. This poor guy with no ammo suddenly finds himself, this is green leader, head on with a pair of 110s. They're 110s because they're coming from the 110 escort box, the heavy 110 escort box. If the heavy escort, replace the rodder with a swarm, and it tails my fighter. Well, that's easy to find because it's right here. All right. That is the cards everywhere, but I know what's going on. Being tailed now by a 110. Tailed by 110. Yeah, okay, so I'm going to try and survive this. I'm going to draw 2. I'm going to try to evade. With evade, I draw 2 cards, I reduce the swarm, and I choose the one I want. So I'm being tailed by 110s. If it's a green pilot who takes a hit, well, this is my green leader. This is Edwards, a veteran. Green leader. Let me check the veterans. So veterans can perform veteran maneuvers. And I need to remind myself what those veteran privileges are. Section only. Replace the result with a tight turn. The maneuver must be turn. No. Stay trim. Cancel the green effect. No. When tail pilot must be independent or section leader. I did evade, so I could cancel an icon result. So let's have a look at these icons. Again, I'm a single aircraft being tailed by 110s. I didn't turn, so this would cause me 2 hits. This would cause me no hits because I'm not green, and it would reduce the swarm to a rota of 110s. That's the option I'm choosing. All right, that was not too bad. Still being tailed though. Again, I'm going to, well, let's look at these privileges. He could have cancelled a low ammo result too and still had ammo. But you can only use these privileges once per battle, so let's not worry about that. He's under section, so I can't do this. Replace the result with a tight turn result. I must have turned. A tight turn result. I don't understand that one. Pull tight. Stay trim, follow my lead, cancel an icon result. Tailed, must be independent. I like that one, being able to use that follow my lead result. So he's going to evade, draw 2 cards again. Again, it is I definitely like this one. Reducing the rotor to a single 110 now. He's a good pilot. He's just dodging and weaving. Another round of combat. 110 on his tail. Drawing 2 cards to evade again. And... now, he's out of ammo, so it doesn't matter. He's just going to reduce that 110 again with this result. He's shaking them off. He survives that help arrived result. What else happens? Okay, if there's something in low, it moves to starboard. There's nothing in low. We do have this 110 ambush. Okay, draw a Luftwaffe advantage card and apply it to a section that is lost contact. Okay, so we've got this section which is lost contact down here. So a green fighter is blue 2 who is green. A green fighter immediately becomes low ammo. Fantastic. He just panics and he comes head on with a swarm of 109s. Here we go, head on. Lost contact. Okay, head on. Let's see what happens here. So we have a single aircraft, head on with 109s. The swarm just flies past and disappears, but not before there's a possible collision. On a die roll of 1, he's fine, he survives, he's a good pilot. Green, out on his first patrol, ducks and weaves and avoids those 109s, that whole swarm coming flying at his face. Okay, and that's the reaction done. There's nothing else to resolve on that escort reaction card. Now we can chase. Now we can chase and we can try to catch up. So each lost contact formation and independent fighter, we have 2, these 2. I'll shift them over to the left here. Can either chase, return to base, or reform. They're going to try to chase. So in effect, I mean, this isn't a section anymore. I think it's just an independent fighter. We perform a chase 1 die roll at a time, but these are all independent fighters. So they're going to make 2, they're going to roll 2 dice each, and they pick the lowest result. The chase table is over here. Is this the lowest result? Yes, select the lowest result. So let's try blue 2. Lowest result is a 4. He fails, but doesn't get intercepted. Okay. Blue leader rolls a 1. He fails and is intercepted by a tailed. Ouch. So he's being tailed again by another swarm of 109s. I reckon it's the same group of 109s. We ignore the section only result because he's a single fighter. He's being tailed. He is going to try to evade. This is blue leader, a regular pilot. He's going to evade and choose this one. The whole swarm flies away without causing him any trouble at all. Okay, and he fails. And now red, trying to catch up. A 1 as well, a 1 and a 1. Lowest result is a 1. So we have a Luftwaffe advantage card. He finds himself tailed by a pair of 109s. Red 3. Ooh, this is my good pilot, Rogerson. Okay, being tailed, once again, I like the idea of evading. He evades. Oh no, this is terrible. It's 2 hits or 2 hits. No, sorry, tailed by 109s. So ignore it or a new rotor in front of him. He's going to ignore it because he's not green. Being tailed again, he's going to try to evade again. A reduction and a hit or an ignore the result because he's not green. I think he'll ignore the result, not reduce them just yet. Okay, 109s, take a hit and a reduction or ignore it and a reduction. We're going to take the ignore it and a reduction. Still being tailed. And either take a hit or the rotter disappears, or the 109 disappears. We're going to take the disappears, and he survives. So I failed all my chase attempts. So we head to the patrol complete. Everyone burns some fuel. Escort recovery. They recover. Escort exit. So the escorts won't exit yet because they haven't dropped their bombs. Reform. So 2 sections in the same position and altitude may combine. Lost contact fighters may join their section if it too is lost contact. They spend 1 fuel. So they can join their section because it's lost contact, but they spend 1 fuel to do so. Are these guys lost contact? Yes, they are. So he'll join his section as well. So we have 2 small reduced sections now. Still lost contact, but reformed. Now raid vector. Okay, so now this is the first time I've actually had raid vector in this section. We get these 4 inbound vector markers and reveal them one at a time. A straggler, perfect. An opportunity to pick off this isolated bomber. So place a lone bomber in the lost contact area. It has to match the Stukas we're fighting. So lost contact, let's say down here. We'll put him down here for now. 1 section that has lost contact may attack it immediately. We'll send red over to attack it. They must spend 1 fuel. They're doing fine. And let's see how they go. All right, so attacking this poor straggler who has fallen behind. We have red 2. Red 2 is Liam. 2 hits. 2 hits. Excellent. We have a wing and a wing. Possible catastrophic failure. Nope. But that's good. And a low ammo marker. Red 3, Gillette comes in. Can he get his triple? This is aiming for his 3rd Stuka. Yes, he does. He's low ammo, but he shoots down that Stuka with 2 more damage markers. Doesn't matter what he gets because it's shot down. That's another destroyed Stuka. And another kill for, who did I say that was? Red 3, Gillette. So Gillette gets his 2nd bomber kill. And he has 1 escort kill as well. And they now have to return to base. So when you attack a straggler, you must return to base. All right, that was the first vector marker. Second one, I get jumped on by 109s. So it'll be head on. One section at random. I think it has to be this one because they're the only section. These guys are all a mess now in the bomber area. So these guys will be targeted and they are coming head on with a rotter of 109s. Head on result is my section. Head on with 109s. They actually get hit before the rest of the other 109 disappears. Who scores the hit here? Let's have a look. It is an odd result. So it is, sorry, they're in the wrong formation. It is blue 2, who is Colt again. He's scored his 2nd escort kill on his 1st mission. And somebody's low on ammo. Who is it? It's even. So it is blue leader. He's out of ammo. So Colt's doing really well for a green pilot on his 1st mission. Okay, next inbound vector marker, it's the raid. So now they drop their bombs. No more victory points for disrupting bomber formations, and we ignore that last one. Okay, so the raid marker comes out. We randomly draw outbound vector markers. Where are my outbound vector markers? There's a few scattered around. We place these here. So I now have 7 victory points for this mission. This is the highest yet, plus probably some for fighters destroyed as well. Reform, raid, vector, done, swirl again, orders. I am pretty happy with results thus far, and I think I'm just going to return to base and keep my pilots alive. So these guys are returning to base. Everyone's returning to base, basically. Returning to base, returning to base, returning to base. Orders have come in. Get out of there, guys. Bombers have been disrupted. They've dropped their bombs. They're returning home. Let's not risk any more. We've got a lot of guys low on ammo. Only 2-3 aircraft. His guns are jammed, so 2.5 aircraft potentially doing hits. Not going to risk any more. They return to base. Still got plenty of fuel left. Could have had another attempt at this fighter for 1 extra victory point, but it means risking a whole suite of interceptions and the like. So let's keep track of my pilots. Amundsen has flown his. I thought I replaced him actually, but no. His mission. H. Haraldson has flown his 4th mission, not in a row. Colt, his 1st mission did very well. We have Devon flowing his 3rd mission as a green pilot. Edwards has flown his 4th mission as a veteran. Inglis, his 4th mission. Gillette, his 4th mission. Killen, his 4th mission. Liam, just his 2nd mission. We have R is Rogerson, his 4th mission. Wise Guy, his 3rd mission. And Ulrich, his 3rd mission. Okay, we need to roll on the fate box, see what happens to these guys. So who we have here? We have Yellow Lead. This is Wise Guy, who has some fuselage damage. How does he go? It's a 2. He catches fire. It's a 9. So 2, 9. He bails out. So Wise Guy has to bail out and must make a channel recovery die roll. Let's see what happens here. He's a veteran. 5. Oh no. He's killed in action. Wise Guy is killed. The damage markers on the planes in the fate box are actually supposed to be put back in the pool cup. Oh yeah, I know. I just like to keep them there for thematic, kind of let me know what happened to them. The cup's huge, so I think it's still random enough even without those markers. All right, now we have blue 3. Now this is Amundsen. Green pilot. Oh, Wise Guy could have rolled another 1, but it would have still killed him anyway. Same thing happened last time. Amundsen rolling for his wing damage. He gets a 6, which is, he crashes. What's going to happen to him? Crashes 8, he bails out. Will he be rescued? A 2, he's green. No. That's 2 dead pilots on this final mission. That's not good. All right, now we've got 2 guys with engine failure. All right, who we have here? We have yellow 3, Rogerson. What happens to him? He makes it back to the hangar. He's fine. And we have red leader, who is Killen, Killen. What happens to his Spitfire? He catches fire. Can he make it? That's a 6. So catches fire, 6. He ends up in hospital. So he makes it back. Killen in hospital. And we'll roll to see what happens to him on the next patrol. Okay, let's tally up our victory. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 fighters were shot down now. And we shot down 1, 2, 3, 4 bombers. And for the first time, we get 3 victory points for Keter isolated before they drop their bombs. Gives us 8 victory points for that. We had 2 pilots killed, 1 wounded, giving us a total for this chapter of 10, 25, 33 victory points. Which, if I can go back to the campaign, the situation manual and the campaign, you can see here a chapter of 6 patrols. I need 31 for success. I got 33. So that was my best patrol yet. I did lose 2 pilots, including Wise Guy, and Killen's in hospital. But a success. Now, in terms of a campaign, you complete the campaign without a disaster outcome and with at least one excellent outcome. 2 success outcomes is equivalent to 1 excellent outcome. Okay. So, with that done, chapter is over. The next chapter is the hardest days. The 11th of August to the 18th of August. The Battle of Britain commences in earnest as the Luftwaffe targets ports, radio defence towers and airfields near the coast. Perhaps there will be, I think it should be radar defence towers. I don't know, radio defence, radar defence. Perhaps there will be deeper raids inland. It does its utmost to take advantage of good weather to destroy the RAF's ability to defend Britain. So yes, deeper raids, more likely to get victory points for those raids, less likely now to get victory points from destroying bombers. More likely to have heavier escorts, as I said at the beginning of the video. I need to replace Wise Guy, Paul Wise Guy and Amundsen. What else? I wonder what the different bomber disposition is going to do to my... As I said, I need to get up there early. I need to intercept these bombers. I need to disrupt those Keter before they drop their bombs. That's going to be a new priority. This priority was on destroying Stukas, getting victory points for Stukas. Total, 3 victory points out of 33 for Keter isolated, all from that last patrol, compared to, looking at 12, 22, 27 victory points for bombers destroyed. So 3, 27, plus 3 for 109s, for escorts being killed. Yeah, interesting. All right, folks, we'll wrap it up there. That's the end of chapter 1. This is Skies Above Britain. Thanks everyone for tuning in, and